Hola, ¿qué tal people? Buenos dias. Today I'm going to show you a recipe from Mexico. It's called meatless chili con carne. So in other words, it's chili sin carne actually. And this is how it looks. Super high in protein, very family friendly, really easy to make and actually very nice to take to work, as you can see as well. The flavors develop, it only gets tastier, and this is how to make the recipe. Alright, before we start with the chili, let's have a look at the side. I use some brown rice here. This is 1 cup of dried brown rice with 2 cups of water and a good pinch of salt. Of course you can also use white rice, but I prefer brown rice because it's higher in fiber, keeps you full for longer, and the nutty flavor is quite nice as well. Now on to the chili. Let's set this pan on medium heat and add 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Now it's time to add about 1 medium onion here, finely diced. 2 cloves of garlic diced as well, finely. Then we have 1 chili or jalapeno. I picked the yellow one here. This is like a mild sharpness, mild hotness. I think that's the word in English. 1 green bell pepper diced as well. And these are 6 sun-dried tomatoes in oil, also chopped. In they go. Okay, let's stir this in a little bit and let it simmer for 3 to 4 minutes on medium heat. Okay, we're roughly 4 minutes in. Everything's softening up here already, which is beautiful. And now let's add the second batch of ingredients. 1 cup of kidney beans. This is like a 15 ounce, 435 grams of kidney beans. You know, the smaller can. Make sure to drain and rinse it before, that way around. Here we have half a can of sweet corn, the 15 ounce can, the 435 grams can. Again, drain and rinse. In it goes. Half a cup of dried brown lentils. Now you can also add just a can of brown lentils cooked, but I don't have them here and it's actually as easy to just use dried lentils. The only thing you need to take care of is you need to cook the dish 10 minutes longer than stated in the recipe, and you need about half a cup of water extra for this recipe as well. I use diced tomatoes here, and this is 1 can, roughly 15 ounces or 435 grams. Now in goes 1 cup of veggie broth and another cup of water. When you use already cooked lentils, then you can use half a cup of water less. Give it a good mix. So this here is a good tablespoon of tomato paste. Paprika powder, I use the sweet version here. Then we have 2 teaspoons of dried oregano, a small teaspoon of cumin as well. Now add some salt, a good pinch. Later on we give it a taste test and add some more if needed, and a few cracks of pepper. Now this is optional but really nice, 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. Now all you need to do is give it a good stir and let it simmer for roughly 30 to 35 minutes. Remember, if you added dried lentils, it definitely needs to be 30 minutes so they cook through properly. If you use cooked lentils, then it just needs 20 minutes or so. But as it is with every chili, the longer it cooks, the longer it has time to soak in the flavors, the tastier it becomes. So if you have the time, give it a good simmer and you won't be disappointed. Not sure if I mentioned this already, this is now on low heat. Alright guys, see you in 30 minutes. Hola, I'm back. So it's been a good 30 minutes and it all looks very nice so far. The flavors could develop and also my lentils were able to cook. Now it's just time to give it a good taste test and see if it's ready to go. Let me take a lentil as well to see if that's done too. Okay, that's nice. Maybe a little bit more salt and then we're done. Okay. Now some of you might like your chili a bit more soup-like. No pasa nada, you can add about half a cup of water to this and it will taste just as fine. The flavor's already developed, you can add a little bit of salt and you're definitely good to go. Alright, so let's take this over to the table. Alright, here it comes, our chili sin carne. Perfect to take to work. Also a nice crowd pleaser obviously because it's so easy to make. And it's definitely worth giving a shot. add a little garnish as well. Cilantro is nice, parsley for those who don't like cilantro. A bit of avocado as well to cool things off, always nice. And last but not least, a nice quarter of lime should also go in there. Alright, chili con carne done. Enjoy! Alright guys, so that's the meatless chili con carne done right here. Really beautiful recipe, very easy to make. The Mexican cuisine is actually beautiful to vegetarianize and veganize, I have to say. Anyway, if you like the recipe, please let me know in the comments below. I'm very curious to know. Also, we have a newsletter, sign up there in the description. You can just hit the link and then you get an email from us every week with new recipes and also tips and tricks on how to avoid crappy food and how to eat less meat from the bollocks meat industry. Anyway, that's all from my side. See you in the next video. Bye!